Okay, well, I have some stuff here that I think can really help you. And we're going to start off with our first movement here. I've put you up next to Christian Walker. And you can see as you take your stride, and that's fine to go, toe touch early there. But as you watch here, when you're actually taking your real stride, how much movement we're getting going forward. And as your heel's coming down, before you're engaging your lower half, you can see how your hands are starting to come forward. Okay? Now, compare that to Christian Walker, and this is what I would really like to see you work on long term, is reaching with that front foot. See how he's consistently gaining ground with that front foot. And you can see how his hands are just slightly going back. Slightly going back. Where we've got toe touch, but then as we're really taking our stride, we can see how everything's going forward, and we can see as our front heel's coming down, how our hands are starting to leak out. Now compare that to Walker, who just reaches with his front foot, and now watch his first move. As his heel comes down, watch this belt buckle. See how he immediately starts to engage? That back elbow really works independent of the hands, and he starts to engage his back hip. So as his heel hits, you can see where he is versus when your front heel hits, where your front heel hits, where you are. And I can't draw when it's split screen, but you can see how the weight is already out on your front side versus you can see his weight's back as he's turning. And I think what can help you is making a wholesale change of reaching out with that stride, keeping your weight back, rather than having that weight flop forward. As Walker just reaches, now everything's back as he engages his lower half. Back elbow works independent of the hands. You can see that there. And you can really see how the hip turn is pulling the bat out of the slot versus your arms get going first. And you can see how your path to the ball with your arms ahead is very much up and back. As you watch your head relative to the poster behind you, even as you watch your feet, you can see how your action is up and back, up and back. Where by Walker turning first, he's able to go straight out through the ball and stay down long through. So again, I think the big help, the big fix, is going to be if you start with your foot back, even if you start with your foot there, but you just reach with your front foot with your weight back, rather than getting that action, you're getting that action. You can see how he's reaching with his foot, and as his front heel hits, look at his hips go. Look at his hips go. Look at his hips go. Whereas you can see you're flopping, you can even see your hands start to come apart and around right there. Whereas Walker reaches, hits and engages his lower half.